Okay, now
Blair.
we're finally here at the final start at this thing that we constantly continue to ask. So, look, you guys did a tremendous performance. Shout out to everybody from Philadelphia that came out to support. Shout out to Boots. Shout out to the trainer, Boots, Bozy Ennis. And look, we know the two options that you want to pick, but there's still a third option. That third option is the most exciting man in boxing, Blair the Flair, fighting Jerron Boots Ennis in a major hit in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Woo!
Yeah, thank you. You're going to leave the messages to the media, but one thing I will say is I like you, Blair. I think you're a very funny guy.
I will go viral again.
Yeah, I do think you can fight, but we got to move on to that next level now, because...
Okay, so you saying you want to move on to the next level, but I'm yet still the only fighter in the welterweight division that actually fought a major name. So why not make this fight happen?
Because we want either a major name or...
A major name is Blair the Flair.
No, I'm afraid you're not.
Let's see, how? How do you say?
You're definitely...
When's the last time somebody knocked a tooth out from Broner?
It doesn't matter. Adrian...
When's the last time he went viral on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter? When's the last time?
Adrian Broner is shot to pieces, right? Let me tell you one thing now. Whilst they take the microphone off you, I think you're a lovely guy. I've got a good fight for you. Karen Chidasian. I'll tell you what I'll do.
For what?
Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do.
For what?
I'll tell you what I'll do.
I want the winner.
I'll tell you
I
what.
don't want the loser.
Oh, look,
just tell him you want money.
I want the winner. I want the winner.
Someone's lent on the light, by the way. Has ever lent leaning on the water?
That's Blair the Flair. Hitting the light.
I'll tell you what we'll do. I will put the fight on. You against Canada. Okay? You beat him.
At least you can get some money for that.
We'll get you a major fight. All right?
Against who?
Against
one that
what big fight? Conor Blair, maybe Jerron Ennis. We'll see.
Can we get that in writing?
Quite possibly.
Yeah, quite.
Okay.
We want to go to that.
You want Conor Bet?
Look, the whole thing is, did I not get enough? Did I not do enough?
No, absolutely
How?
not. You've never
How?
done enough in your career.
How? Okay. How many ex-champions did you guys fight?
Blair.
No, how many ex-champions have you fought? How many ex-champions have you fought? How many ex-champions did Conor Ben fought? At least I fought two.
You do not have, he fought Chris Algieri, he's a former world champion. By the way.
Chris Algieri is great.
By the way.
That's right.
We're going to move on to the media. It was great chatting to you. Every home should have.
Thank you, Blair.
Now, that is how you call out a fighter that is allegedly avoided. Blair the Flair. Woo! You gotta love Blair the Flair. Listen, I like how he did that. He did that kind of like Ennis Landilada, but in American, in English, right? You know, he showed up at the press conference. He made himself present. He made himself known. He made himself available. He made himself desirable to want the fight. You know what I mean? And I always wondered who would win that fight. And he did show Adrian Broner out. I think he showed that Adrian Broner's no more. But someone had to show that to someone like Adrian Broner, because Adrian Broner does have his own brash and bright personality. So a lot of times you have to show those guys that they're no longer needed in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? And we've heard the rumors, the stories about Blair the Flair and Jerron Boots Ennis, you know, going at it and sparring, you know, doing those type of things. And they've went and had wars, and Blair claims that he got the best of them. You know what I mean? And I think that fight should happen, Philly versus Philly. We don't want this to be another Amir Khan situation, okay? Where Amir Khan and Kell Brook and those guys never fight until it's too late. I think Blair the Flair should get his shot. Now, the Rocha fight was kind of his setback, but he has won a few fights because of that, after that. So I do think that that fight could happen, you know. However, I do think Ennis will go to 154. If he stays at 147, that fight should happen, you know. But what Eddie did do, Eddie did give him an option. Like, hey, we will put on the fight for you, and if you beat this guy, then we'll get you a fight. You know what I mean? And he's like, well, what fight? You know what I mean? Because he called out your fighter. He called out Ennis. And I love it when these guys claim to be avoided, because you always will have someone that says, I'll fight him. And that's exactly what Blair the Flair's doing and did, you know, but that's how you do it. You know, he was like Clubber Lang in there.
Sucker no statue. Give him guts. I told you I wasn't going away. You got your shot. Now give me mine. Why should you get the hell out of there? Shut up, old man. I ain't going nowhere. And why don't you tell all these nice folks why you've been ducking me? Politics, man. This country wants to keep me down. Keep everybody weak. They don't want a man like me to have the title because I'm not a puppet like that fool up there.
You know what I mean? That's how he was. And, but his own Blair the Flair style, of course, but that's how it's done in the sport. That's what makes you exciting. That's what makes you known. That's what makes you stick out. Exactly what Blair the Flair did. Woo! But you guys tell me what you think of Blair the Flair crashing the party in the press conference of Jaron Boots Ennis and his win over Karen from the Ukraine. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!